The intelligence community can't gauge the impact it had on choices the electorate made. There's no way for us to gauge that.
Cybersecurity expert John McAfee explains why he thinks it's absurd to accuse Russia of manipulating the U.S. presidential election.
It's propaganda intended to incite the American people to anger toward Russia for some reason, or our intelligence community is so ignorant and naive that they should all be replaced. And here's the kicker. Here is why it cannot possibly be an organized state. Because the hack on the DNC used a piece of malware a year and a half old, and there have been many updates since then. Do you actually believe the Russian intelligence services spend all their time improving their malware, and then when you do an important attack, go, well, I used that thing from a year ago, it only had a few bugs? No, this was done by an independent one-person kid that downloaded the software. And by the way, the software came from two different organizations or there claim to be two different organizations that are related to the Russian government. That's absolutely false. They're called APT-28 and APT-29, and those designations come from FireEye, people who watch all the hacking groups. In truth, it's only one organization, and it's composed not just of Russians, but of people, kids all around the world. You can go on the dark web, download the software, hack somebody, and so this kid had obviously downloaded it a year and a half ago and had not bothered to update it. Please, this is not an organized hack, and certainly not a nation state that did this.
On Friday, Trump's set to be briefed on evidence uncovered in the Russian hacking investigation. But Trump is already questioning why somebody gave the details of the top secret report to the media. Plus, since it's been confirmed the FBI never even looked at the Democratic National Committee's allegedly hacked computer servers, why they're so sure the cyber attacks took place at all. Now, an article claims that no government entity actually ran independent forensic analysis on the DNC systems. The FBI instead reportedly chose to rely on information outsourced to a third-party tech company. Well, earlier, media analysts Lionel and Brent Budowski, a columnist for The Hill, and executive director at the Ron Paul Institute, Daniel McAdams, joined my colleague Neil Harvey to debate this issue.
Congress hearing, we heard it once again, the U.S. intelligence community is certain that Russia played a role in hacking these emails.
Certainly that is true when it comes to the CIA, which makes a business of lying. They've seen very, very little. The Homeland Security report that was supposed to be a smoking gun was absolutely fizzled.
Brent, what do you make of it? Can you overcome those doubts there? Do you think it is a credible report and these are credible claims?
I think it is a credible report and there are credible claims. They believe that Russia did it for the purpose of electing Donald Trump.
What hacking? When you ask the question, was there evidence that Russia, Vladimir Putin, a Russian, somebody who speaks Russian, anybody broke in and affected the election? No. American and Western media repeat in a Pavlovian kind of a dorsal circuit this obeisant Russian hacking. We're missing the wood for the trees here, Daniel, because everyone's talking about who may have done what, instead of talking about the content, which is really damning in some of those emails. You, sir, I charge you with daring to affect the course of this election by influencing voters, by opining and providing the truth. You know, this is beyond funny now. I mean, this is surreal. We're going to cue the psychos.
I'm a columnist here. I'm a columnist, Lionel. A columnist offer opinions. That's what a columnist does, son. I mean, I don't know where you're picking up this stuff. And by the way, there is overwhelming evidence. There is overwhelming evidence of hacking according to 17 independent American intelligence agencies. You know that's true. And if you don't, I don't know where you're getting your news.
It was WikiLeaks and the Podesta emails that was malware. Listen, you're throwing these terms around very loosely. Now, I'm going to go back to one thing which is being missed here. Let's assume, arguendo, let's assume, would you hold on, please, sir, I beg you, let's assume that there was hacking. Fine. The next question is, that which was hacked or leaked, whatever it was it true? How is this incriminating evidence incriminating.
I'm telling you, Lionel, you don't speak for 5 members of Democrats or Republicans in Congress. You can say what you want, but when you denied there was hacking, and now you admit there was hacking. At least we agree on that.
I said, no, for the sake of argument, it's called a rhetorical question. Listen, the bottom line is this. All I want to do is simply this. Have somebody come forward and say, this man will testify under oath. Yes, I broke in. I stole the elections. Guess what happens? Actually, Trump got 15 votes. Hillary got the rest. Here's the evidence. This was a hack. Fine, tell me.
Regardless of what any of us say, because that's where it is right now. That's what they believe. There are reasons that people who've been in the intelligence business, not political, by the way. Clapper was never political. That's a lie. He's not a Democrat or Republican. Most of these people are not. And to say they are is a lie. It isn't. Yeah, go giggle. Go ahead. Say what you want. I am just
He's
telling
political
you
because his fealty is to the state, is to the power structure. We saw this before. You know, Brent's talking about all of the intelligence community is united in this. Well, I remember back in 2002, it was the same thing. All the intelligence community says Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. We've got to go in and take out Saddam Hussein. They all lied. They lied. That's the business they're in.
There are virtually no Democrats, no Republicans, no independents in Congress who agree with either of you guys.
I hate to pick on Brent, but this is very sad when you see a journalist whose main point is you've got to just trust the government. Just trust the government. Don't question the government. It's
not my point.
Symbolism of the Washington mindset.
That's not my point.
Everything that's wrong with our politics in our country.
Austria's defense minister plans to propose